Hey guys, welcome to Top 5 Niches of the Week, episode 193. I've got 5 print-on-demand niches for you to target to increase your sales by catering to the existing demand. So let's get to it. All right, let's kick things off with an Amazon merch sales update. So in the last 7 days, I made 227 sales for $675 in royalties on the US market and another maybe $200 or so of royalties on the international markets. If you follow me on Instagram, you can keep up with my day-to-day daily sales. By the way, don't worry if your sales are not what you hoped they would be in January. January is like the month of returns. You know what I'm saying? It's not the month that you should be basing the rest of your year on. Definitely put it that way. But I always think of things in terms of a 12-month sales cycle. I think of things in terms of dollars per day. If you guys aren't on my email list yet, please consider signing up using the link below. For the first 20 days, I will send you a lesson a day, teaching you basically the highlights of my passive income journey that started in late 2016. So I've got like 6+ years to speak to of experience, and I'm really bad at math. It's been 7-8 years now. Damn, time flies. All right, and a link to my Instagram in the description. All right, here are the top 10 best-selling t-shirts right now without me searching for anything specific. You can see a lot of 100 Days of School are trending right now and some Valentine's Day. So it's great if you've been uploading these and you're positioned to capitalize on this success, but you also want to be thinking what is coming down the pipeline. That is more or less what we're going to be targeting today. But if you're in like tier 10, you have 10 upload slots in your Amazon merch account, you want to be targeting these right now, in my opinion, the highest demand niches. All right, niche number 1 this week, and we're going to do something special today, something that we haven't done in the past before, at least that I can remember. Niche number 1 is unknown, okay? And hear me out. I'm going to explain my logic here for saying niche number 1 is unknown. I think that there is the potential to be a big emerging trend or multiple trends from things like football, okay? I know my lane. My lane is the NFL. Your lane might be whatever it is, politics, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever your lane is, it's always good to stay with things you know. Now, I watch a lot of football, and I was thinking, today are the conference championship games for the NFL. There's 4 teams left. After today, there will be 2 left. They will go to the Super Bowl 2 weeks from today. They always give you an extra week between the Super Bowl. And there's literally a week called Media Week, where it's just to hype up the Super Bowl so that you can get viewership up to, 100+ million people like they had last year. 115 million people tuned in. Now, before you light me up in the comments and say, Ryan, stop telling us to sell things related to the NFL, blah, 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 I am not trying to say you should do that. Hear me out, okay? We've been through this. We're almost at 200 episodes. You guys already know that hopefully you know not to do that, okay? But what about during the media week, right? What does the media mean? It just means that there are eyeballs on a centralized shared resource, right? Like in this case, it might be a coach of a team like Dan Campbell, coach of the Detroit Lions, who's been known to say some funny things. I'm pretty sure it was when he got hired, his opening press conference, he said something about biting kneecaps. What does that mean to you? I don't know. What does it mean to me? I don't know. But I bet you anything, if the Detroit Lions win today, because I'm recording this before the game, biting kneecaps on a shirt may sell, right? I'm not saying say biting kneecaps and then put a Detroit Lions logo. Of course you don't do that. But those 2 words together, biting kneecaps, if it's not trademarked, which I didn't search, so, probably go search that first, will probably have some interest if the Detroit Lions are going to the Super Bowl. You get what I'm saying? The logic there? And it's perfectly okay if you're not infringing on the NFL and their intellectual property or the Detroit Lions and their intellectual property, right? You get what I'm saying? It's okay if a quote from 3 years ago is relevant to people who are fans of a team that is going to play in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. You get what I'm saying? It's disconnected by multiple links down the chain that it should be okay. Of course, I do not work for Amazon Merch. They are the strictest place to sell these shirts, and you always want to take care of your own account. And I mean, even if it's not trademarked, like Amazon Merch can still reject your submission, right? So I'm just saying you always want to be safe, okay? Just because something should be okay doesn't mean that Amazon Merch will say it's okay. If you're uploading it anywhere else, you're probably fine. And I'm not telling you to sell the biting kneecap shirts. I'm just saying that was a good example, I feel like. It would make sense to people of, fans of the Detroit Lions. And I mean, there's 4 teams left. There's going to be a lot of cameras, a lot of microphones, a lot of quotes, a lot of this and that coming up. There will be opportunities, I can almost guarantee it, to find some emerging trend that does not exist yet as of today. Okay, so keep your eyes and ears peeled in case it happens, okay? I would almost say it does. And also, I mean, here's just some examples. Like, it's like the Detroit Lions are doing well in the playoffs. And what do you know? There's, I'm pretty sure 313 is like the Detroit, right? And then you got the word grit, which, by the way, I think is trademarked. Always check your trademarks. But like Dan Campbell, the head coach, is associated with the word grit. You see what I'm saying? So then you see a spike in demand for these products. If you just saw them and you don't watch football, you'd be like, I don't know why these are trending. If you know what you're looking at, you're like, I do know why these are trending. So, I'm not going to recap everything I just said for the sake of moving on. You guys know I love football. All right, niche number 2. Let's get back to the normal print-on-demand niches. Niche number 2, how about Black History Month? We know there's going to be a lot of demand for this in February. Typically, the month-long niches see the highest demand, the highest spike in interest in the first week. So hopefully you guys have been targeting this. If you're in tier 10, this is probably where you're going to want to have some exposure to this niche for that initial spike for the first week of February at a minimum. So definitely consider that as a niche that will be seeing increased demand in February. And I love the colors here. I mean, look at how they just pop off the screen against a black t-shirt. So I'm always like, sometimes wanting to highlight some of these shirts that I really like the designs for. Niche number 3. Before we get to niche number 3, guys, check out my free print-on-demand mini course that'll put you on my email list so you get my weekly newsletter. Linked in the description, completely free, and my print-on-demand Facebook group. I hope you guys will join, both linked in the description. Niche number 3, Mardi Gras, right? You got the purple, the green, the gold, the yellow. Mardi Gras shirts are already selling pretty darn well. BSR, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 9,000, 10,000. When it comes to Mardi Gras, guys, check this out. There's, you can get like one good graphic and literally just change in and out the text that is accompanying the graphic. This is how I used to do it when I was not in tier 200,000, because I adapt my approach based on my Amazon merch tier. When I get to tier 200,000, it's like, okay, I need to get some automation solutions going. But when I was in the lower tiers, tier 10,000, 20,000, I would be doing things like this. I would look to get like one really good graphic and then cycle in and out various pieces of text, phrases associated with this niche that are basically the sub niches, right? So it's Mardi Gras. You've got the crawfish, you've got the masks, the logos. I forget what it's called, fleur de something. I know you guys told me how to pronounce it, but I forgot. My bad. You got the purple, the green, the gold, and then you've got the text. Who's your crawdaddy? Come at me, bro. And then it's not gonna, what? All right. If you need resources to assist you, okay, because everybody can type out some text, but what about a good graphic? How about Creative Fabrica, $4.99 a month if you sign up using my link in the description? The best deal, the best bang for your buck for POD sellers. They also have fonts, by the way. So if you're like, what font is that? You might be able to find it on Creative Fabrica. They have I think they probably are over 100,000 fonts now. You've got crawfish, you've got more crawfish. There's many more than this. I just highlighted 2 of them just to show you what you can expect. So check that out, Creative Fabrica. All right, niche number 4 this week. Pi Day. All right, we're looking forward. Now we're looking at March. Okay, don't miss some of these opportunities or wait till it's too late to try to carve out some real estate for your designs. Okay, because it's easy to say like, oh, 100 Days of School right now is so trendy. Most likely the people that are really capitalizing were uploading their 100 Days of School designs a month ago. You see what I'm saying? So if you want to get like 2 months out, which some YouTubers think, 2 months, I think like a month is probably fine, especially if you're willing to invest ads, which is typically what's required to be successful in these really big, obvious niches. Well, Pi Day, all right? Everybody sees that one coming, but it might sneak up on you. And it's not like so obvious, right? It's not as obvious as St. Patrick's Day, which is close in proximity. But Pi Day, a lot of fun designs also associated with Pi Day. I love this this shirt right here, the 3.14 equals pi, and then you flip it in Photoshop horizontally, and it literally is like basically PIE equals pumpkin pie. Coincidence? I think not. I actually purchased that shirt, was it last year or the year before? And I sent it out on my newsletter. I always send out a picture of whatever I did over the weekend, so you guys got to see that if you're on the list. Another great shirt, vibrant colors in the design. I point this out because it's tough to differentiate yourself when you are uploading to a place like Amazon Merch where we don't control the thumbnail. So using things like vibrant colors that pop against your primary colored product, which by the way, I would do this on Etsy. I would do this everywhere I upload. Definitely optimize your design to look as good as possible against the primary color of the product in your first thumbnail, the one that people see in search results. And I love that they did that here. Niche number 5, almost done. St. Patrick's Day, all right? Also coming up in March. You got under 2 months now before it's here. This is one of the best print-on-demand holidays because it is basically related to wearing green, to wearing something, wearing articles of clothing. Well, what are we selling with print-on-demand, right? We're selling most of the time apparel. So hello, this is a great opportunity to sell some green products. If I was doing St. Patrick's Day personally, I would be optimizing for green shirts. But of course, Amazon merch, the black shirts are super popular. So either way. Also, don't overlook, you know, cross-niching things like St. Patrick's Day cross-niched with nursing, right? Like you see here. Nurses, I mean, they must buy a lot of t-shirts because you can see that typically as like a cross-niche, really popular cross-niche with pretty much all of the big holidays. Like Valentine's Day with nursing is going to come up first, and then, you know, St. Patty's Day. All right, emerging trends. These are products that are selling really well right now, outperforming their average 30-day BSR significantly. What do we see? 100 days of school, 100 days of school, 100 days of school. Glam Ma, 101 days of school. I kicked 100 days of school with soccer. Bruh, it's my 100 days of school. So basically, I think we're seeing a pretty strong signal here. All right, looking ahead, here are some smaller holidays, at least 1 month out. February 28th, National Tooth Fairy Day. February 29th, Leap Day, so it's a leap year. Could be a niche there. March 1st, Employee Appreciation Day. March 2nd, Old Stuff Day. March 3rd, Caregiver Appreciation Day. Love that. The archive, here we go. These are shirts that were selling well 11 months ago. Could be indicative of things coming down the pipeline in 1 month. You have the St. Patty's Day. You also have some shirts related to reading. All right, so that could be something that is overlooked. Write that one down if you're taking notes. Niches related to reading. Now, don't infringe on Dr. Seuss. It certainly looks like some of those designs are meant to appeal to people that know, you know, are familiar with Dr. Seuss and that brand. But besides that, the reading niche seems to have been quite popular. And you can actually see, looking back in the archive, 4 of the top 5 right there have been deleted. And here are removed designs. Speaking of deleted designs, these were either removed by Amazon or by the people who uploaded them. The Biden inflation one, I got to wonder if that was Amazon that removed it or the uploader. You know what I mean? Because the inflation's crazy. And I'm not trying to just, you know, attribute it to one person. I don't think any one person is the ultimate scapegoat. But man, I think I speak for everybody, right? The purchasing power of our dollar has been eroded at a pretty rapid pace, more noticeable than normal over the past years. Not cool. And I'm not trying to be political. Anyways. That's why I own a lot of Bitcoin. Or I don't own a lot of Bitcoin. I don't want people knowing that I do, but I seriously love Bitcoin, guys. And if you guys want to check out my full print on demand course, guys, it is linked in the description. It walks you through how I make 6-figure profit every year since 2019, even with me doing like daily YouTube videos and plenty of other things, because I have a passive approach that heavily utilizes automation, which I don't teach you right away. I teach you at the end, the automation. That's all included in the course, guys. Linked in the description. Help you get started on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Walmart, and the smaller platforms, okay? All covered. And I have a private community where I do multiple live streams a week. I have awesome guests. We just had a guest on who's an expert in TikTok Shop that, you know, if you didn't know, Printful integrates directly with TikTok Shop. Great opportunity, not being talked about too much right now. Again, that's just one example. That was not yesterday, that was Friday, okay? So check out the private community, guys. You can view the replay if you join. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe on your way out. I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.